I just printed out a copy of my bracket on my printer. I think you know where this is going. Just in case you don't, it's about to pick. Wait, that was terrible. Redo. Sup guys, Citex 85 here, and today I'm going to be picking my 2019 March Madness. I tried to do a video on reacting to like how the tournament was made, but unfortunately it wouldn't go through the editing app, so I guess I'll try doing this instead. So I hope you enjoy. Starting out with Duke and the winner of NC Central or North Dakota State. I'm going to pick NC Central to win that game because... hang on, I don't think this pen works. Let me get a new one. Anyway, I pick NC Central to win that game, mainly because they've been in the tournament a lot more, but I'm going to go ahead and pick Duke to win. I am left-handed, so yeah. VCU versus UCF. This could go either way. I'm going to pick VCU here. Liberty, Mississippi State or Liberty, I'm going to pick the upset here, 5-12 upset, or 12-5 upset. Liberty moving on. And then Virginia Tech versus St. Louis, who were the conference winners of the A-10. I was kind of surprised to see St. Louis this low. Doesn't really matter, though. I'm picking Virginia Tech. Maryland or Belmont or Temple. A lot of people are happy that Belmont made it. I could care less. I honestly think Temple's going to win this game. Again, because of experience, but I do think Maryland is going to win that game there. We have LSU versus Yale. I'm going to pick Yale here, 14-3 upset. LSU's been going through some coaching and player issues, so that's why I think they're going to lose that one. Louisville versus Minnesota. I'm picking Minnesota there. I'm picking the 10-7 upset. And then Michigan State versus Bradley. I hate Bradley for beating Northern Iowa. I'm picking Michigan State, obviously. Then we have Gonzaga versus the winner of F. Dickinson or PVA&M. I'm going to pick Dickinson to win that game. And I'm going to put the Zags to win that one. Syracuse or Baylor. I'm going to pick the Baylor Bears. 9-8 upset. Marquette or Murray State. John Morant, I want to see him go off in this tournament. Sorry, it's not focusing, guys. So I'm going to pick Murray State there as another 12-5 upset. Florida State versus Vermont. I'm picking Vermont there as another upset. 13-4 upset. And then Buffalo versus the winner of Arizona State or St. John's. I like Arizona State here. And I'm going to pick them to win versus Buffalo. Texas Tech or Northern Kentucky. I'm picking Texas Tech. Nevada versus Florida. I'm going to pick Nevada there. Sorry, I know you can't see me write it down, but trust me. And then Michigan or Montana. Second year in a row that matchup's happened. Picking Michigan there. Moving on to the upper right-hand quadrant, we have Virginia versus Gardner-Webb. I'm going to pick Virginia, even though they got upset last year by UMBC. I don't care. I'm still picking them again. I'm giving them another chance. Ole Miss or Oklahoma. Oklahoma hasn't been a tournament team without Buddy Hield recently these past couple years. I'm going to pick Ole Miss there. Wisconsin or Oregon. I'm going to pick another 12-5 upset. I know I've been doing these a lot. I just don't think that these 5 states are going to win. I don't know. Kansas State or UC Irvine. I'm picking Kansas State here. Villanova versus St. Mary's. I'm going to pick Nova. Purdue versus Old Dominion. I'm going to pick the Boilermakers here. I'd love to see that upset. I just don't think it'll happen. Cincinnati versus my Hawkeyes. I'm going to pick Iowa there, 10-7 upset. And then I'm going to pick Tennessee over Colgate, the toothpaste company. So yeah, North Carolina versus Iona. We're now in the Southeast bracket. I'm going to pick, or Midwest actually, I'm going to pick North Carolina. Utah State versus Washington. I'm going to pick Washington here. And then Auburn versus New Mexico State. This could have been a matchup last year, but Clemson beat New Mexico State. I'm going to pick Auburn here. They absolutely murdered Tennessee. If you guys didn't see that, I'm picking Kansas over Northeastern. Iowa State or Ohio State. Battle of the States. I'm going to pick the Cyclones here. Houston or Georgia State. I'm picking Houston here. And then Wofford or Seton Hall. I'm going to pick Seton Hall here. And then Kentucky or Abilene Christian. I'm picking the Wildcats. So that was the round of 64. Let's move on to the round of 32. We have Duke versus VCU. I'm going to pick the Blue Devils. Oops, sorry. I know I'm writing this kind of bad. Liberty or Virginia Tech. This is where Liberty's Cinderella comes to an end. Virginia Tech, moving on. Maryland or Yale. I'm going to have to pick Maryland here. Alright. And then Minnesota or Michigan State. I'm going to pick Minnesota again. I don't know why I'm rooting for Minnesota so much, but I am. Zags versus Bears. I'm picking Zags here. And then Murray State or Vermont. I'm going to pick John Morant and Murray State to move on. I really want to see this team make a run. I really do. The fact that they're a lower seed than Belmont is kind of bad because they beat Belmont to go to the tournament. Arizona State or Texas Tech. I'm picking Arizona State again as an upset. It's March, baby. Nevada or Michigan. As much as I'd like to see Nevada beat Michigan because I hate Michigan, I still think Michigan will win. Virginia or Ole Miss. I'm going to pick the Cavaliers here, giving them a second chance. Oregon or Kansas State. I'm going to pick Kansas State. So sorry for you Oregon viewers. Nova or Purdue. Going to pick Nova even though they're a lower seed. And then Iowa versus Tennessee. As much as I want to see Iowa win, I don't see it happening versus Tennessee. I'm sorry. But I'll be rooting for them. UNC or Washington. I'm going to pick UNC. Auburn or Kansas. I'm going to choose Auburn. They really impressed me with that 20-point win over Tennessee. ISU or Houston. I'm picking Iowa State here. 6-3 upset. And then Seton Hall versus Kentucky. I'm going to pick Kentucky there. So that was the round of 32. Let's go on to the Sweet 16 here. Winner moves on to the Elite Eight. I'm going to pick Duke to beat Virginia Tech. Maryland versus Minnesota. Another Big Ten matchup for Minnesota. I think Minnesota is going to win. Again, I don't know why I'm rooting for them, but I am. John Morant versus the Zags. I'm picking the Zags. As much as I want to see John Morant continue, I think this is where they go to the end. Arizona State or Michigan. I'm picking Michigan here. I hate them, but they're good. Virginia or Kansas State. I don't know. This is going to be tough, but Virginia ain't no tournament team enough, so I'm picking Kansas State. They were number 1 in the Big 12 in the regular season, if you guys didn't know that. Nova or Tennessee. I'm picking Tennessee again. And then UNC versus Auburn. I'm going to pick Auburn to beat UNC. They are hot-handed right now. Iowa State versus Kentucky. I'm going to pick Kentucky there. So that was the Sweet 16. Let's move on to the Elite Eight. Winner goes to the Final Four. Duke versus Minnesota. Minnesota's Cinderella story comes to an end. Zags versus Michigan. I'm picking Michigan. I want to slap myself, but it's who I think is going to win, not who I want to win. Kansas State versus the Tennessee Volunteers. I'm picking Kansas State. And then Auburn versus Kentucky. This is where Auburn's fire runs out. I'm picking Kentucky. So here are our Final Four teams. Duke versus Michigan. I'm going to pick Zion Williamson and Duke to go to the national championship. versus Kentucky. Battle of the Blue Bloods to see who's going to win. These teams met earlier in the season. But my winner is Duke. I'm sorry, guys. I hate Duke, but like I said, it's who I think is going to win. So there's my bracket, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. Subscribe, like this video, and click the bell. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the tournament this year.